Good afternoon, Frederick. Welcome back to the Blaine Young Show on 930 WFMD. It is a story that I knew about for a couple of days, but out of courtesy and respect to my brother and hoping that common sense would prevail, I did not shoot off my big mouth. My brother Brad Young in the studio. Brad, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks, Blaine.
About 4 weeks ago, you all had a gathering at your house to celebrate the fact that you all made the state championship tournament, correct?
This was on June 11th, and it was just a year-end celebration. It was for the whole season.
Okay, it was for a year-end celebration for the Walkersville softball team.
Correct.
Now, when you do something like this, do you got to get permission from the athletic director or the school?
No.
Okay, so this was on your own doing.
Correct.
So you didn't ask the school for permission to have this event?
No, as coaches, we're supposed to have a year-end kind of get-together. I always invite the principal and the athletic director to it because I think it's great if they would come, somebody from the school.
Could you have it at a restaurant that served alcohol?
Absolutely.
So if you wanted to have this year-end celebration at Dutch's Daughter and one of the parents of the team ordered a drink, would that be allowed if this restaurant served alcohol?
The way I understand the policy, if you have it somewhere that has alcohol, you're not supposed to allow the parents to have alcohol or to smoke. So if they did order a drink and it was there and it was seen, that would be a violation.
Okay. Now, but what you're saying, this is what you understand.
Right.
Did you know that when you had your get-together?
I did not, and as a coach was never given a policy manual. If you even go online to the FCPS website, it doesn't even have the complete policy on there.
All right, so you had a year-end get-together at your house to celebrate the season for the Walkersville girls softball team that made it to the state final.
Correct.
You were not aware of a policy that forbid parents from partaking. You did not. You did not provide any alcohol.
Did not provide. Did not consume.
Because I know you have some.
Yes. Did not provide. Did not consume.
I know where to find it when I go there. Now, did you partake in any alcohol?
I did not.
Okay. Did any kids drink any alcohol?
Absolutely not.
Did they smoke?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So, what happened?
What happened was a parent brought a few beers, and a few of the parents.
Wait a second. You say a parent or several parents?
A parent.
One parent?
One parent brought beers that they shared with other people.
Okay, so one parent brought a cooler that they shared when you say other people. Parents?
Right. Other parents.
Okay.
Yes, other parents. And again, it was a very casual setting. It's around the pool. It's a picnic type thing. The whole program, it starts about 5:30. We eat, and then after that, I get up and I say comments about each of the girls. It ends, and then we show a year-end video that I have produced for the girls, and that's the end of the party.
All right. Now, when you saw that cooler brought out and alcohol served,
I never saw the cooler brought out. I saw people that had a beer in their hand.
Okay. At that point, did you have any concern that maybe this is in some type of violation of a policy?
I did not, or I would have stopped it.
Okay, so you didn't think in any way, shape, or form you violated the policy at that point?
At that point, I did not.
Okay, now, party's over.
Right.
You got a whistleblower.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that attended the party, a parent.
Correct.
Rumors I heard it was a disgruntled parent of someone that you coached because they didn't either like the way that you coached their daughter or they didn't get enough playing time. True or false?
I can't confirm that.
Well, okay. But they're the ones who blew the whistle, and also they partaked in the drinking and smoking. Can you confirm that?
I can't confirm that, but again, it's well known within the area what happens there. I am in appeal, and I, again, don't want to...
that's the thing I like about you, straight-laced. That's what I heard, and that's what I heard to be the truth. I didn't hear it from your ears, but I heard it from someone else, but we ain't going to get into all that. So then a complaint's been made.
Complaint was filed. I received an email that from the principal that a complaint has been filed. I needed to go see him. I received it at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday evening. I was in his office at 7.
How many days after the party did you receive it?
A little less than a week.
A little less than a week. You got an email from the principal.
Right.
So the next day you were there.
The next day, 7 a.m., I went and met with Mr. Keene, told him the facts, told him, yes, there was alcohol there. I admitted it. I said I didn't know that was a violation, and he said it clearly was, and again gave him the facts. At that point, he said he had to do an investigation, and they did whatever they did, and 4 weeks later met with them to get...
So a month they did an investigation, okay?
Right.
Did they call the parents that drank alcohol?
No.
So they never called...
To my knowledge, and again, this is from parents telling me the only
From the parents you spoke to
right.
that drank, Were they called as witnesses?
No.
Has anyone that you spoke to at the party been called as a witness?
Not that I spoke to.
Did you speak to the majority of the people that were at the party?
Yes.
So the majority of the people, and how many people were at the party?
There were probably 15, 17 players and another 30 parents.
Of the 50 people, you think you spoke to 30 of them?
I've spoke to more than that.
None of those folks were ever called
No.
or interviewed.
No.
Okay. And you fessed up and said yes?
I admitted from the beginning.
You
I
didn't
said
try to lie, cheat,
no.
huh?
I said I did not know it was a violation. If it was, and I'm still unclear that it is under the policy, but if it was, I accept full responsibility. I stepped right up and said if that was a violation, I violated it. Because if it was a school function, that's a violation, I accept the
4 weeks
responsibility.
later, you get a phone call from who?
I got a phone call from the principal's secretary.
Okay, and asking you to do what?
To meet with the principal and Lynn Carr.
And you showed up this meeting and what?
Which was they called me on Monday and set up the meeting for Wednesday. Showed up to the meeting and they handed me a letter.
Handed you a letter?
I laid it on the table, yes.
And said what?
It said it went through all the facts.
They put a letter and said what? What did they say to you?
Well, the letter, it went through all the facts that they investigated, and the final thing was...
What did they tell you? Read it or they read it to you?
No, they told me read it. They said it in front of me and said, read this.
So they didn't tell you what the consequences were? They laid a letter down and said, read this?
I had to read that I was terminated.
Well, you're more than terminated.
Yes, terminated and banned from extracurricular activities in any school in the county for 3 years.
So you're banned from any school in the county for 3 years?
From advising or coaching any extracurricular activity, not from being in a school or going to any function there, but from advising or
you
coaching.
Do junior achievement?
I've done junior achievement probably 30 times.
Explain what junior achievement is.
Junior achievement is a program where the business community goes into the school and helps kids understand about the businesses from starting to building.
How long have you been doing that?
I did that for over 13 years.
You banned from that?
The way I read this, yes.
Okay, what about your thing with the Academy of
Finance? I've been on the board of the Academy of Finance and active with that since its inception.
Another program in the school system.
Another program in the school system. I'm on the board. I teach there. I go in. I've actually had probably over 25 students that have job shadowed me. I've had 3 that have interned with me for a summer. And the way, again, I read this, that would be prohibited. Now, I say in fairness, Dr. Begee did send me an email saying
we're getting to that.
Okay. Well, saying that wasn't that, but the way I read it, it is.
Okay. So you got an email saying that you can participate in the Academy of Finance because you're a volunteer, not an advisor.
I guess that's the distinction.
Even though the whole purpose is you to advise.
That you're advising students and, yeah. Okay.
So, okay. So now you've talked to Channel 9.
Correct.
Channel 7.
Correct.
Channel 11.
No, I didn't talk to. They were up in town, I understand, but I didn't talk to them.
Okay, who you've been invited on?
I talked to WBAL out of Baltimore, called me, and I've been invited to appear on Fox and Friends.
You can be on Fox
morning.
and Friends. Do you even watch Fox and Friends?
I don't watch TV in the morning.
All right. Will you please say hello to Gretchen for me?
If I do watch anything, I watch CNBC. I'll say hi to Gretchen.
If you are going to be on there, don't
promise.
say hi to Steve Ducey. Just say hi to Gretchen.
I'll say hi to Gretchen.
All right. But when are you going to be on Fox and Friends?
They are trying to set it up for Thursday morning.
Okay. So now, what do we need to do? Because you're getting screwed 3 ways to Sunday.
Well,
I'm sorry, 301-694-9363, 301-694-9363, WFMD.